owes its existence to this
Indian Museum.
As you know, in 1814, the then members of Asiatic Society, they asked for a museum to keep their artifacts, to keep their statues, to keep their coinages, and so on. But it did not mature. Even in 1856, a deputation was given by the members of this committee that a museum should be formed. And due to financial reasons, several times it was dropped. Later on, around 1868, we find the Indian Museum. So, this is the story. So we start from this building. So there was later on a museum over here, as you all know. You know much better than me because of the long association with the society. And from there, the Indian Museum of Calcutta, that is the original building. Besides that, now you will find many other extensions of that building. And there is a building in red color also, it doesn't match with this building. And this is the plan. You see, anyway, I am not authorized to show all these plans because these are all functional government buildings. But as you can understand, this is the Choudhury road, and from there the entrance takes. There is a ground floor and there is the first floor story of the main building. So it was built in the form of a quadrangle. And as you can see, this interior portion that is reflected in the plan, the columns down. So we have this main quadrangle building that was only planned by quarter long was triangle. And then there is a new wing and there is a Sada Street block and there is a bridge connecting the two. The building was slowly developed over time. The main building was 2-story. And it was a brick building overlaid with plaster and lighting in Greek architecture. Once this building, it was actually planned to develop the building into 3rd floor. But once the 2 floors were completed, cracks started occurring in this building because of the Calcutta soil. The soil is a soft type of soil, it's a deltaic soil, it is alluvium. You cannot go on putting on load on this. Now we have 35-story building and again you have a 65-story building called 42. So you are going on putting load on this building, on this soil. And it will have its consequences. So anyway, now this beautiful General Post Office. So it was again developed by Walter Longbush Granville. And who is this W.L.B. Granville? He has planned at least 5 important buildings of Calcutta. He was the city architect of Calcutta. So he stayed over here only for 12 days. He planned this one GPO, the Indian Museum, the Senate House of Calcutta University, the Shiaga Station, and so many buildings around. So he was actually educated in Paris. There is an École Polytechnique in those days. Nowadays it's an engineering university. So he was educated over there, and he was son of Augustus Longbush Granville, who was a famous doctor, an MD doctor, and he was the physician of Napoleon Bonaparte and his family. So this individual, he comes to Calcutta, and immediately after the mutiny, the Sepoy mutiny, when all the developments around the city was taking place. Now this GPO, the place where it is constructed, this area is actually the southern bastion of the old Fort William. So while construction, so this was the plan of the old Fort William. I will not go into the details. And the General Post Office is situated, there it is written that the site of the General Post Office is of great historical interest due to the association of the great tragedy of Black Hole of Calcutta. As you get in the GPO, you will see, as you go over the steps, there is a brass line. And on the brass line is a tablet given. And there it is written that it is the southern bastion of the old Fort William. And near it, somewhere near the Bankside, was this Black Hole tragedy in one form or the other. It may not be that 142 people were killed. Maybe some incident happened, God knows. But that was, published as a Black Hole tragedy by John Jeffrey Holloway. That is the brass line, and that is this is a black hole. Later on, the black hole was somehow maybe the house is like this, and that was the installed by Lord Carson to demarcate the place. This is the Blackwood monument that you can find today at the St. John's Church here. And now some of the miscellaneous buildings, like the Standard Chartered building.